We'll get to the baby news in just a minute.
Is it baby news?
Oh, sorry.
I thought they were making a Cambridge amendment on the doctrine of freedom.
We'll find out in a minute. In the meantime, Bret Baier joins us every Monday at this time, and there he is right there. Bret, good morning to you.
Good morning. You know what's funny is Brian always uses that town crier in every room he goes into. The guy just rings the bell.
Brian's here again.
You know why? Because I invite Bret over every weekend, and he hears this. Like we have announced Bret. He has every room he enters and through the patio.
You want a voiceover guy. That's what it comes down to.
Exactly.
All right, we know there's going to be in the special report meeting that's going to be taking place at about noon. So, Bret, first off, President Obama's got a big announcement, but first, a meeting on Tuesday.
Yeah, a meeting with lawmakers on Tuesday. We expect to have him lay out, we're told, the speech that he will make on Wednesday, and that is about how to deal with ISIS long term. All the indications are that the administration is talking long term here, and the real effort is to get this international coalition to sign on and to deal with this threat. We're not being told that it's a call for immediate strikes inside Syria or some broad sweeping military plan, so it'll be interesting to see how it develops as far as what action will be moving forward.
Well, you can certainly hear the immediacy in the tone of Democrats. Let's take a listen to a couple of them.
What I want to hear is to reassure the American public and the world that we're standing up, we're going to have a strategy, and we're not going to rest until we bring these people to justice and we stamp them out.
Time's a wasting because we've now said that we're going to go on the offensive, and it's time for America to project power and strength.
Of course, Dianne Feinstein is the chairwoman of the Intelligence Committee, so obviously she's in on a lot of information that most Americans are not. And for her to say that, what do you take away from that, Bret?
Well, a couple of things. These lawmakers are dealing with these intelligence briefs about the threat from ISIS, and they see it as real and developing. And this coming up on the 9/11 anniversary, the possibility of Western interests being threatened around the world. So they're saying project power. I think the question is, you have to listen to the words being used. Months ahead now, you see the front page of the New York Times that it's going to be a long-term battle against ISIS. These are signals that the president is going to draw. You know, this will be a drawn-out battle over time.
Yeah, the New York Times says the experts in the administration say it could be 36 months after the president has actually left. You're talking about words. Bret, there have been so many mixed messages to the American public regarding ISIS and this particular terror threat. The president back in January called him the JV team. Then 2 weeks ago he said, I'm going to destroy him. No, I'm going to manage him. Then he said, we got no strategy. Whatever happened to the much vaunted Barack Obama message machine? Because it's all gummed up now.
On a number of issues, there are some problems with clarity. And
that's being charitable.
You look at a number of places. Politico had a story today primarily about immigration reform, but that the message is muddled, and that for the speech that had high goals and aspirations and rhetoric often has to get walked back, and that becomes confusing. And that's what we're seeing on immigration. It's what we saw on ISIS, and the president is looking to turn that around, I think, with this speech on Wednesday.
Right, but he's going to ask Congress, evidently, for money on Tuesday, and then tell America what he's going to do on Wednesday, but not a primetime speech, an afternoon speech. Now let's talk about your big special over the weekend with the authors who actually lived the Benghazi attack on 9/11 a couple of years ago. Here's a cut from them as these contractors talked about what it was like on the ground the night of the attack, and who told them not to, and who told them to stand down.
5 minutes, we're ready. Thumbs up, we're ready to go.
Then what happened?
I said, hey, we're ready to go. Bob looks right through me and looks at the team leader and goes, you guys need to wait.
Bob was the CIA's base chief in Benghazi.
I just said, hey, you know, we need to get over there. We're losing the initiative, you know. And Bob just looked straight at me and said, stand down, you need to wait.
We're starting to get calls from the State Department, guys, saying, hey, we're taking fire. We need you guys here, we need help.
After being repeatedly told to wait, the security team says they defied orders and headed to the besieged consulate on their own. They asked repeatedly for armed air support, which never came.
If I gave you that 30 minutes back, would Ambassador Stevens and Sean Smith be alive today?
Yes, they would still be alive.
So that's what it comes down to. They say they were told to stand down, and the way the administration explains it, Bret, is there was never a stand-down order because we never ordered them to go anywhere. And that Bob guy was just saying, hang on a second.
Yeah, I mean, it is a semantics issue here in that the State Department says that there's no formal stand-down order. It's not just the State Department. It's many reports, including the House Intelligence Committee, saying that. But the semantics of the formal stand-down order, as opposed to don't go, wait, and what these guys say is stand down, I think is where this battle is. The bottom line is this is the first time we've heard from these guys on the ground, and almost 2 years. And they tell their story, and they say they believe with that 25 minutes roughly, they would have been able to make a difference. The administration says the CIA was working to get local militias to back them up, provide more weapons. Those never really came, and the guys were on their own, and they disobeyed the order to go, and they went on their own.
Yeah, and had they not taken matters into their own hands, how much worse could it even have been? Very heroic men that you interviewed. Thanks for bringing us that special. It was fantastic.
It was compelling to hear their story finally, and you know, listen, no matter what you think, where you are on the politics of all of this, just to hear it from people on the ground was a moment.
It was indeed. Their new book is called 13 Hours. Bret Baier is going to be live from Washington just about 10 hours from right now, right here on the Fox News Channel. Bret, thank you.
Tell the town crier.
There you go. We can get them your way. Not a problem.
Just watch. Special report, who always steals our ideas, will actually open up their show with the town crier. You just watch. Bret's giving us an indication.
All right. There you go.
Thanks, Bret. Put money on that?
Yeah, Anna, give him some money.